Well, we're finally back. We're ready to go. It's map number 1, ATK taking on Nouns. You got yourselves Laz and Paladin on the mic.
Oh, this is going to be an exciting best of 3. Top of the table for both of these teams, but only one will go home with an undefeated streak for the season. And it's Sixy and Co on Nouns starting on the T side of things. It's their map pick after all. Peeks down mid as we get underway. But very passive out the gates for Nouns. Just trying to see if they can get offered up anything, but they're inching their way towards Boiler. Here comes the smokes, here comes the flashbangs, and the go signal on the A-bomb side ensues.
Yeah, nice little bait too. Bones just going to play in the back corner, but oh no, he fully exposes himself, but now DJ is able to get out of this situation.
Ooh.
60 able to get a nice shot, finally gets the head of Fadey, so now bomb's going to go down. We got ourselves a 3, and the dualies, oh my goodness, they're already out to play.
Super important in that situation. Now they're going to flash their way into lane and try to get a bit of information, but Swisher's already found his way all the way back onto the backside, but they're trying to fight again and again, and CJ gets another one back, and now it's just Mistim remaining, and suddenly that round falls all apart. That one flashbang to enable CJ, you could definitely feel that he could just slot his way in. He didn't get enough information, but the fights were offered up, and CJ and 60 come out on top. Nouns secured themselves their first pistol in a very surprising fashion in that 2v3 there.
Definitely surprising. It came right down to the wire, like you said. But I mean, ain't no messing around. This is ATK fashion. I mean, Bowden gonna get that scout out right away. He's gonna try to put that thing to absolute work, and there it is. Yeah, all right. bwills, see you later. Good night. Nothing here for the second round, and already starting things off hot. And look at how aggressive they're getting too. Even Mistim swishing all the way down to logs.
That key amount of information, it's very good. Bluffing with DJ through the smoke. Headshot onto Cynic, and these magical shots continue to come in for ATK. 5v3 out the gates, no guns to be recovered, but Laz, the damage is already done.
Yeah, this is brutal. I mean, this is a full investment here too. I mean, from Nouns, I mean, double AKs, you still have that MAC 10. I mean, ATK, I mean, they're looking good. And I mean, the fact they can win those first opening duels, not even getting traded out, that's perfect. And look at that again! Oh my god! Looking for a little bit more, missed him. Gonna put his full feet in the water here. He's gonna see what he's gonna be able to find. And now CJ, the new addition, doesn't matter. He's removed, he's annihilated. And this round could just be done and dusted. It's Carson by himself with a MAC 10. My god, I hope he has a good dream here, because he's gonna have to come alive with 5 kills in 40 seconds, and that ain't it.
Wow.
That's done.
How they have a flawless force buy. I mean, obviously, Bowden's opening pick off of the T-Steps fight is not an easy one by any means. And then ATK has got to thank their lucky stars for that shot through the smoke with Mistim's Deeg. And then, I mean, he adds, on top of that luck, he shows that he's still got some very strong aim, even as at IGL. And ATK get a flawless force buy back. They get 2 AKs for their troubles. They get the MAC 10 as well. And it's another force back from Nouns, but look, they've only got 2 flashes to really get themselves into some favorable positions. And they've got to do it quickly, because already they've kind of been snuffed out about some early control in brackets, and they've got to look to Banana to maybe find some more answers.
Yeah, you can even see Nouns right now. Again, they're just going to play this slow, right? I mean, they're going to just try to get some kind of map control as much as they can with the limited resources, with just the Deegs. Ain't no strangers with the Deeg too, but bomb in the back of T ramp, and so now they're going to have that 3-2 split. Double player is going to go up towards the bracket control, and now these players getting close. Third flash is coming in. But it is going to be 60 that is able to find Swisher. He's a little bit overextended on that one. No nade's going to be able to do too much damage. But right now, Nouns, they have a good position, and they finding that opener. And they did pick up the MP9 too, so that's not bad.
You forced a rotation out of DJ as well. You've picked up a gun for your troubles. Granted, it is an MP9, but the bait and switch there for Nouns playing anti works wonders. And as soon as you get that opening pick, that's when you can really start to lay the hurt. And it's definitely made their job to shimmy their way on up to the A side a little easier. It's only Bowden with a scout and a Deeg. And he gets his head ripped clean off by Cynic. And now it's just Fadey. All he's got is a Deagle and a MAC 10. It's going to get real hot and heavy on the A-bomb side.
Oh my gosh, and he just gets overwhelmed, and now Cynic's able to find him too. So it's just 2 players remaining here from ATK, and look at this. They're not even going to try. They're just going to hang back. They're going to keep these AKs, and just like that, Nouns are going to be able to take this round, putting themselves back into a lead, and what a crazy round. I mean, it just comes down to the Deeks just starting to sing.
We've got ourselves a force buy wars here, Laz. I mean, it's not going to be easy to necessarily predict where this one's going to go, but you can definitely see Nouns are paying attention to their details. That one anti-flash bait setup on Banana reaps them so much space, and it just makes ATK so uncomfortable. And obviously, you've still got to hit your headshots to just walk up arch like that. But maybe you can even say that there's some mistakes to be had from how ATK wanted to play that. Keeping Fadey with a Mac 10 in pit is a really hard position to defend, and you got to have Bowden hitting some insane shots on those scouts. So maybe that's something to kind of rediscuss in this reforce buy, but it's definitely looking a lot better. Saving those 2 AKs allows them to have a 5 rifle setup, so it's not going to be the worst fight back in the world.
Not the worst spot. Now Swisher's actually going to get ultra aggressive. Makes a little bit of noise, that Mull even. And he's already taken out a 58 too, so... I mean, with this aggression does come for a little bit of a price. The double stack. Oh, this is nice. Boda might be able to find something. CJ just waiting inside a mini pit and not going to be able to find anything. So they're going to pull on back on this plan. ATK is still back with that same composition, that 3-2. I mean, we typically see the 3 players on the CT side and of course Banana. A deep smoke. Still allowing Swisher to have that control. Oh, they're going to go for another one. Oh, that's filthy.
They just want that opening pick so badly. They want to press against Nouns as they did in the round previous, and there's a timer on this. They actually silently dismount. That's super big to not give away too much information here, but this default, I mean, it's really making ATK keep guessing, but bwills going to take first contact, and he gets immediately deleted by Swisher. That early damage doesn't come back to bite, and they just want to trade him out. They want to get something back for their troubles, and they're not giving up anything. ATK holding strong, missed him top of barrels, and now we're sitting at 35 seconds. They've gotten a kill back onto Arch, and they've got to find a way to recongregate. They've got boiler control, they've got lane control. It's got to be this A bomb site.
I love that play too. I mean, the fact that missed him was kind of, you know, being a bit of a fake, and they both just go for the commitment. There's DJ, the new addition, with 1, and then able to find that second too. Just being an absolute headhunter, and now it's just down to 60. 20 HP remaining. Not long for this world, and we're right back to an even game. And I mean, 1 casualty from Bowden, that's all that matters. And oh man, this is we talked about this being pretty dead even. I think we might be onto something here, Paladin.
Yeah, DJ playing that kind of rotator position, it's not an easy one. You kind of have a lot on your shoulders, especially when you got to go back into those 2-2 setups. And in this case, it's trying to pick up what Bowden dropped in Arch side again, 2 rounds in a row now. But just getting those impact kills time and time again, we're not looking for some crazy statistics with this new addition. We're looking for consistency, as we discussed about before. And so far, DJ's been able to deliver, getting those necessary kills. Now he's back in a boiler. Chunky little nade onto Carson. Actually doesn't do as much damage as I was expecting. This time, no early banana control, but the deep smoke is enough to dissuade Nouns from going for any fights here. Only a Galil to really write home about. And they flashed through this deep banana smoke and missed him. It's just really have to be kept on notice here. 60 got real close there. Missed him. He's going to get put under notice. CJ getting a kill back. Now Swisher, the only player left on this B bomb site. Rotations have to come in thick and fast if they don't want this to spiral out of control yet again.
Yeah, the rotate's coming in too. I mean, Bowden's getting close. Now he's just going to wait things out. Nouns just going to kind of hold the brakes a little bit here. They're going to get grouped up. They still have a smoke that they get the CT cross if they need. Flash comes in. Bowden actually is just jiggling it. A little bit slow and steady now. He was with the smoke. Flash is coming in. Top ground's going to be good for Swisher, but it is only a 1 and done. Now CJ going to make the cross. It's fearless spamming through his smoke, and actually some good damage exchange here from Bowden. He's able to get down to bwills with 55. We're right back at it with a 3 and 3 though. That bomb is planted, and all the players are here. I mean, there isn't any slow rotates coming in.
Yeah, you've got utility, you've got kits up as well. definitely consider going back into this. They know that not too many guns can be recovered. It's all coming down to these crossfires. bwills and Carson trying to take fights early into Fadey. So it's just this church prong left.
Look at this CJ playing a great angle, just baiting it, and there it is. bwills and CJ able to capitalize and get themselves back into a lead, and a job well done. Even ATK, they were taking that in some pretty good fashion, but again, they just lost that player early on, making it a tough position to find any sort of an opening there. I mean, just when you're playing on the coffins there, it's not the easiest angles you got to clear. There's so many things that you got to look at.
Yeah, not being able to get an extra kill there before the sighted comes in, trying to take that man advantage back. Couldn't come through. Spam wasn't good enough from Bowden. That's sometimes just the way the cookie crumbles. And putting all your eggs in that retake basket, Flash is not hitting, and now you've got to take a huge beating in terms of the finances. 3 rifles up, but look at the stark amount of utility here. 2 smokes up at minute 35 left, and just a single Molotov off of Bowden, and he's got to burn it early off of that arch smoke. So if Nouns continue to default here, it's going to get a little uncomfortable, but 60's just walking his way out. He's just Wing his way in, and Fadey punishes. So early contact doesn't go the way of Nouns, and Nouns a little bit of time to settle, but they're still advancing.
Yeah, it's a big damage exchange against bwills too. So now all these players in the secret group, Bowden, he's able to find the one, able to find a second, but not that third. bwills finally puts him down. But it's 2 players remaining. A good nade can come in, do some good damage, but Fadey's still going to be standing on his feet. Ain't going to be faded away. And now, I mean, look how chaotic this is. Cynic actually does find a kill in the midst of him, changes his position. Swisher now repositions himself, and there we go. Man, this is just a teeter-totter. This thing is back and forth.
Yeah, and you can definitely see that either team has got some great protocols here. I mean, Nouns know how to make the CT side of ATK feel uncomfortable, and ATK also knows how to take early control and make sure that Nouns really fight for some of this map control. And overall, obviously, there's not any one clear winner pulling ahead, but great ideas being brought forth from both teams. And although it is Nouns' pick, ATK love this map a fair amount themselves, loving to pick into it, play into it quite a bit of times. And the score speaks for itself with the status of the game. Overall, I would like Nouns to take a little bit more of a breather there rather than trying to lay down the hurt. And I mean, obviously, hindsight's 2020, not knowing that there was a low utility situation, but it could have been inferenced, I'd like to think. But regardless, bygones are bygones, and it's another force buy for Nouns. Nobody wanting to relinquish control just yet.
Yeah, and I mean, for ATK, I mean, they're going to be putting a little bit more focus on the CT side. I mean, theoretically, when they play Inferno as this new core, I mean, their CT side has been more the successful side than their Ts, but I mean, for Nouns, this is actually their strongest side on the T side too. So this is kind of a, strengths against strengths. So we're gonna see what happens. And Carson's able to find 2. Oh my God! And now DJ, he's gonna be able to find something, but no, it's only gonna be 1. Nouns just like that, blink of an eye, they take this A site, and ATK, they give it up. They realize again, this is just, there's no way they can go for this retake.
It looks like that was pretty much the same strategy that they threw in the previous round, and this time it's legitimately the perfect counter to that porch setup. You got 1 player boosted up, peering down mid. You've got a porch player sitting and trying to trade out that boosted player, and then finally you've got a single player watching apartments, because that is the direct counter. And if that player does not get a single kill, then it all falls apart. You can't trade effectively, and things just crumble. And in this situation, Carson gets some electric entries onto that A-bomb site, and you're exactly right, Lyle. We're back to that same situation of a double save from those B anchors. And with that save coming in, I mean, obviously there will be guns out, and I mean, back and forth we go. Obviously, Nouns keeping 4 men alive in that situation allows for more to be in the back pockets in case they do lose this round. So it's, if you had to pick a victor of these force buy wars so far, you could definitely lean Nouns' way.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Definitely sounds about right. I mean, Nouns are known for that, right? I mean, they do like to have those force buys. They have been successful with them in the past, and it's definitely starting to show a little bit here too. But I mean, the thing is like the last time these teams played against each other, like I said, in that Cash Cup, the most recent one, I mean, it was a, the first half was a 9-6 where, Nouns were able to actually win that with 9 rounds on T side. And like I said, this is a stronger side for them. And this was a nail biter game the last time, which was a 16-14. So this is starting to paint the similar picture here, Paladin. I think almost replica, maybe. Question
Yeah,
mark?
I mean, that map of Inferno in the Cash Cup was a nail biter, as I've been hearing from numerous sources, and now it's a tilt back over to Banana. Lots of initial utility, and that smoke is really suggesting to me that they just want that early control. And the triple setup from ATK is there in quick response, but I don't think there's necessarily going to be an attack that comes off of this. That smoke in that choke point is more so just suggesting that they're vying for the control. Flash to blue, and I say that and they're just going straight through. CJ with a beautiful entry, and now they've got CT control. These side players are gonna have to get really, really smart with their bullets here.
Yeah, the nade comes in too, and actually Swisher, he's trying to maneuver around the smoke, but no, look at that. Nouns, they take everybody down. They don't even lose one player at all. I mean, it was CJ that took like a big chunk of damage in the beginning and looked just like that again. ATK have to save. They're so far away.
And this time it's the backbreaker. Now the save has to come out. You're not necessarily saving too many strong weapons. The economy is now firmly in the favor of Nouns, especially keeping 4 or 5 men alive in rounds prior. And that was just such a beautiful strategy from Nouns. You see there's that initial banana control and the smoke in front where usually the CTs throw that to dissuade players to come through. But as soon as it fades, you have just one flashbang making them extremely comfortable on the side itself. And then they smoke the B site itself and reroute their way into church, into the CT position. And since all of the site players were playing on the site itself instead of that CT crossfire, they just get really uncomfortable and overwhelmed. Fantastic work from CJ and fantastic work from Nouns to just really lay down the hurt with that beautiful strategy there.
And this is the thing about Nouns, whenever you watch them, it's great. I mean, like a lot of their executions are just clean, they're simple, and they can look so good. And that's the thing, like just like you said, that last round is beautiful. I mean, ATK, they were all uncomfortable. They didn't know what to do. They started turtling in those sites and nothing went their way. And even now, like you said, the FAMAS and the MP9, the last 2 weapons here remaining for ATK, something, and it's just a mid crunch, but it is actually going to be ATK that win it. And all of a sudden here, some free guns are picked up. Double AKs now for the CT side. Carson's making his way in towards apartments and deep nade. Nah, it ain't gonna matter. That's gonna be like 4 damage. It's fine. A little bit of a careless attempt on this from Nouns, and they knew that this money was gonna be tight.
Now they're trying to pounce again. 6E taking matters into his own hands. Gets a kill back onto Bowden. But still a 2-player assault on this CT side of ATK. And Fadey, look at the timing. He catches 6E with his hands down. And now it's just up to miss him, and he can't get a single kill. You needed something to go there his way there. IGL can't come up with the goods, and it's just DJ with an MP9 and a dream. And no kid as well. Oh, and he spotted 1 player out mini pit, but the long range of the MP9, it's very difficult to get into his favor. This is a bad, sticky situation here for the newest edition of ATK. And Carson shuts things down. No problem. Sweat immediately flicked away by the Nouns boys. And they can march on through with 6 rounds on this T side. Looking good and navigating through that force by wars with ease.
Yeah, and that's such a good point, because again, like I was kind of mentioning, they were a little bit careless, but at the same time they kind of regrouped and they were able to reconvene their game plan despite losing those 2 guns right away. I mean, look at how fast they were able to just, make things happen in their fashion, in their way, and picking up some big kills. But now we're gonna have to see what they do a little bit differently here. And this is actually bwills with a fantastic spray, and it's actually through the smoke. He's just spamming away, and Mistim's already done early on. Not even what, it was a minute 37, and he's removed. And I mean, they've just been winning these first opening duels. I mean, this is what's helping them so much, right? And ATK then have to climb on back and try to get those multi-kills, and that ain't happening.
Yeah, that's what happens when you try to throw that deep banana smoke every round. They finally figured out a way to counter it, and they've been managing banana very, very well. A lot of control given on over, and apartments also secured for Cynic. Bowden tries to get a little antsy down alt mid. CJ punishes, and now the world is down to Swisher. They can really pivot wherever they please, showing a lot of presence down at Banana, and it's a gamble stack from ATK. They're making the right decision. DJ does get one back. Now he's caught under a lot of trouble, though. CJ does get things back, and we're just going to keep swinging down mid. More fights back and forth, and Nouns know what's coming. They understand that there is a stack in play. They make the right decision to shimmy their way on over to B with that initial presence, and they should be securing their 7th here.
Yeah, this should be pretty much a guaranteed 7. I mean, this is where ATK, like we said, I mean, they're just going to be back in the save. I mean, they have 2 pieces of utility combined, and they don't even have a kit. So, yeah, we ain't seeing an attempt here. But, I mean, Nouns are just doing a great job showing their comfortability on this T side. ATK, I mean, this is becoming a bit of a problem for them. And I know we had a couple little quick timeouts. I'm kind of thinking we might need to see another one with the way that this game is going. And look at the money. I mean, they're gonna be stuck in a crappy situation where they only got 2 rifles to work with.
I'll tell you, since Nouns appeared and had their outstanding, honestly, I'm saying outstanding in the relative sense for Nouns at that event, pushing the likes of teams like Imperial, and I think the biggest thing that I got out of that run from them is how much they can steamroll through some of these opponents. When these individuals get going, when their strats start flowing, things can get really, really troublesome for their opponents. And we saw it in Stockholm on their attempt to that Rio Major. And we're continuing to see that throughout ECL Season 42 and even now in this very series in Season 43. Post force buy, they've kind of never looked back. They've just been very comfortably rolling through this T side.
We got that match. Paul's finally going to get it underway, so a bit of time here, ATK, and they're going to have to figure out something. And, even some of the other rounds that we've seen, too, I mean, some of those fights, like even Bowden going for that mid-aggression, he was getting a little bit aggressive. I mean, by himself, I mean, I like it, but at the same time, I just feel like it's not executed the way we normally see it from ATK. Like, there was no support, there was no trade opportunity, so I'm wondering if they're getting in their heads a little bit here, too, right? I mean, Nouns have put themselves in 1 round away from solidifying, having this half guaranteed. But, I mean, the way that they're playing and the pace they're going, I mean, ATK is going to have to shape up real quick.
It just looks like they've got a deeper playbook right now. ATK don't have enough answers to throw on the CT side. They've got a couple CT setups to throw, but they've all been disassembled. Nouns have done their homework. And now they're marching ahead of that smoke. Swisher does get a kill back. It's a solo rifle in play here. And he's thinking about surging forward. Here comes a flash from Mistum, I think. They want to phase through this. They think better of it. And aggression from DJ gets punished. Just Fadey and out mid, trying to get something back, but it's going to be this B hit again straight into Swisher's arms.
Yeah, Flash should come in momentarily here. Actually, they're both just going to swing this, and they both fall. Look at that. Just like that. Taken 2. They got themselves a free sight. I mean, both these players, again, they just have pistols, so for them, they're just going to try to do what they can to maybe get a kill or 2. Well, maybe more if they can, but now Bowden gets a flash. Oh my gosh. All right, no, it ain't happening, but now it's a Spady. A Deeg in a dream. Finds 1, but that's it. And now we see the Nouns have been able to solidify this first half, guaranteed with 8 rounds, but now the buy comes back in. Lots of money on the board. Bowden finally able to get this AWP. This is where I feel like, I don't know about you, but Bowden's got to light things up now. I mean, we talk a lot about him. He's been able to do some crazy things in ECL, but now this is a moment where he really, really needs that thing to shine.
And we've talked about volatility with Bowden a numerous amount of times across all of the casters in ECLNA, but right now it's erring on the side of not enough impact, and finally getting that big green nearly 12 rounds deep. That's just absolutely insane that we get to see it this late. And it's 60 out. Banana quickly can't catch the time on a miss them. Finally, an opening going the way of ATK. But the Banana control is still firmly in favor of Nouns. That's honestly the most important point of Nouns' attempt here. They get that CT smoke down, but at the end of the day, you should be very happy with what you've done as Nouns, because not only have you gotten all of Banana control, but you've gotten rid of all of the smokes on these B anchors. So you can pivot over to Arch and start to make the A side of the map feel a little bit more uncomfortable.
Yeah, and even Bowden, look at this positioning now. There is a little bit of an opening on the smoke. He's able to find that first, and now he can fall back. So that's a good kill. So now he can reposition himself properly. ATK now getting those first opening duels. And I mean, Nouns haven't been able to find that reply yet. But I mean, you can never count them out when they're in the deficit like this. And there you go. CJ able to take down DJ. So now
that's
that opens
big.
up the archway. This is a big kill. There's even a chance that CJ could wrap to B and they could just try to crunch this.
They'll get a lot of information here after they're clearing out lane, but the damage is already done. CJ is already in CT, but Swisher's aware of it. Swisher's so aware of this, and that kill could find a way back in. He got to send the go signal in. Mistum does his job on new box. Swisher mops up the last, and ATK finally have something go to their way. They finally find a read as well. It's been a while since they've had the number on Nouns, but they get things done. As soon as that opening comes in, they find a way to take a little bit of a breather. Bowden showing some impact too on that AWP.
Yeah, and that was the thing too. Like you said, Swisher was fully aware of it. I mean, he was just waiting, and I think Nouns had the right idea. But again, I feel like the players at Banana needed to do something a bit more to kind of sell that they were like committing to that hit. So then Swisher might have, hesitated just a little bit. I mean, the focus really was on CJ to make that play, and not the worst call, but I mean, again, just it kind of felt a little predictable in the way that DJ got taken out. So yeah, now I mean, again, the op's still available. An op here for 62, and I mean, I feel like it's been a long time since we've seen that in this one. Like you said, 12 rounds deep was the first op, I think, at all, right?
And honestly, with how fast-paced Nouns have been actually committing to these site hits and how effective 60's been on the rifle, it hasn't been too much of a issue for Nouns. They should be very happy with what they've been given. But maybe this little bit of a difference maker with his AWP out in full effect could rattle Bowden. But he's undeterred, still fighting for Boiler initially. One flash could do him real dirty, but still looking for that opening pick, maybe catching a timing off. And again, banana control found for Nouns.
Yeah, and it's still the 2 players from ATK, so they're not really having that 3-player composition, which they try to look for. Bowden actually able to find it. CJ too. Oh my god, that's new addition of CJ, man. He's just opening things up. Leaving just Bowden by himself now. He's in a tough spot. He has to be able to find this kill, and he does. Now he can reposition again, but he misses it. Oh, man, the bomb's still down.
One bullet.
And he's still pushing through, and he's able to get that kill, too. He's run out of ammo, but that's not going to matter. He picks up another op. It's got a full clip. And we're right back to the 2-2. This thing is just going everywhere, and all of a sudden, Cynic by himself now with 18 seconds remaining. Both these players are a combination HP of 36. He has to make a play. They know exactly where he is. He's able to find this kill. He's got some time for the plant. Surely not. I mean, now missed him. All on his shoulders. He has to prevail. He has to be able to find it, and he does. ATK, they pick up a 5th.
Oh my goodness, it was just carousels around carousels. Everybody doing loop-de-loops around one another. And Bowden, man, the gall on this guy to aggress through an own smoke with just 1 bullet remaining, that is just ballsy as hell. And it nets them around. I mean, obviously, hats off to Mistum to close out the 1v1. That's not an easy fight to win by any means. But a real trust in his own aim, regardless of the role that he has on the team. And he comes out on top. There's still a half that can be kind of salvaged from this if you're ATK. And it comes down to swing rounds like that, that's for sure.
Oh, that's what you love to see, too. And I mean, I know that's been a hot topic for a lot of us. I mean, having that op, with the update of 5 bullets and a little bit more pressure against those solid AWPers. And I mean, the fact that he's able to get those kills like that, that's beautifully done. And still a competitive series. We go on the first half, first map, round number 14. And Swisher going to be able to open things up by roasting bwills. A little bit crispy, and now they're starting to win these duels. I mean, we talked a lot about ATK. We're really struggling at first to find those opening duels, and it was Nouns that were just kind of running all over. But now the tables have turned.
Yeah, and a lot of it is just getting warmed up onto the stars of this squad. It's Swisher, it's Bowden. We talked about them in the pregame, and it's getting a little hot and heavy for them. And now, with his big green gun activated on the arch side, his counterpart actually in 60 gets a pick on over to Banana, so maybe an initial rotation coming through. But the side hit's coming onto the A bomb side, and this 2-2 split's going to make them real uncomfortable here on ATK side.
Yeah, look at Fadey. He's just on the balcony, too, and DJ just kind of playing behind the sight box. And now DJ exposes himself, and Cynic's able to take him out. So now Fadey has to stay alive. He picks up 1 more kill before he is annihilated. Ooh. Oh, man, this is just Trade City. And it's down to a 1v1. Bowden going to be taken on against Carson. Smoke going to go into towards the site. Bomb going to even get planted in inside the deep site as well. Bowden expecting something on the apartment side. Oh, this is a tough position.
Doesn't catch anything on the fade. It's really just a guessing game for Bowden. He's trying to clear all these angles, but it might just come down to a no-scope. No kid. Oh, kid in front of him, but...
Bit of a fake. He's out. Carson now going to give up his position. Bowden. Oh, he misses it. Oh, my God. He's missing shots, and now Carson, he's got the knife out to a gunfight. Oh, my God. He's right in front of him, and Carson gets it. Oh, man. It's a butterfly, and it will sting like a bee, baby. And we're at a 9-5.
Oh, that just gets so awkward there. So awkward for Bowden. He misses a couple of shots and a bit of indecision on whether or not he wants to switch to a secondary, whether he wants to switch to a knife, but Carson just evaporates into that smoke and just swings his knife, praying that he gets that final left click through. And another impact round coming through for Nouns, trying to secure double digits on the T side here, lads.
Oh, what is going on here? Nouns get a little bit fired up now, and bwills puts matters into his own hands, and look at that. They just bulldoze the site. They're still putting on the pressure, and bwills with another one. So this is a triple kill for him, and this round can be done and dusted. There it is. That's done. That's a 10-5. We're taking a break. We'll see you back in just a few. Well, I promised you a short break, and we're back here for the second half for the first map, which is going to be a 10-5 here in Nouns. I've been able to show us that they got some beautiful plays on T side, but the question will be, can they do it on the CG? Joined with your last Paladin, and already 60 just running down mid, and I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm sorry? Man, this has just been a great great first map. I shouldn't say series, but this has been such a good first map from CJ. I mean, he's sitting at 17 kills, and the next closest person is bwills with 12. I mean, this has been a team effort, don't get me wrong, but I feel like, again, CJ just finds these big kills in the early iterations of these halves, and man, this is a good thing to see. Yeah, he really has. I mean, this is the pick for Nouns, and again, they're kind of showing us why, and they wanted to get it a better dominant performance than the last time these teams played, and already beating it to 3 Glocks, and oh man, look at that. Trigger discipline, some good recoil control, and this could be a scrap. This could be an easy one here. Carson, he's testing in the thick waters here. He's got a pistol up close, and Will's not pushing into the apartments. Oh yeah, there it is. It's done. It's over. It's 12-5, and now the guns are finally out. Yeah, this is a big round because, again, even for Nouns, like you kind of mentioned this before, they only made a little bit of an upgrade, but this is kind of a bonus for them, right? I mean, the money's a little bit low, but I mean, they'll still have enough with this next round. So for Atk, all the pressure is on them. They need to bring this round back to kind of get themselves in a bit of formation, but Nouns actually being aggressive down banana, then they just kind of peel off. They're going to leave it down to Carson by himself. They're going to have that 4-player stack at A now, and Atk still taking things a bit slow, and it really hasn't been that much map control gained here, Paladin.
And they wait for a while, but it works out, and Atk show a little bit of mid presence, fall back to A or fall back to B. Missed him. Gets a lot of information that they're trying to buy for this 4-1 setup, mind you. So Carson, he's going to get a lot of individuals coming his way, and he just got an MP9, and immediately the rotations pull back. So back and forth we go. It's indecision on Nouns' part, and honestly, maybe a little bit so from Mistum as well on Atk. But it looks like they're going to go back to A, and they found it. They found the gap.
Oh no, but even 60 was trying to pick up an AK. Got a little bit greedy with that first kill. And now Cynic's able to find the one, but that's it. It's just a half a damage here onto DJ. So now Atk, they've been able to put the stamp here on the A site for the time being, but this is a 3-person retake coming in from Nouns. Not a lot of utility. No utility. Actually, I'll be more specific. If you will not going to have to frag out, but Fadey gets one with one fade away, but then it's put down, and it's just back to an even footing again.
Kits up, but no util. And now they've got to really find a way to segment out these gunfights. But Mini Pit and Big Pit, one of the most dangerous post-plant crossfires that you can have in CS. And it's going to get really uncomfortable if they want to make a real vibe for this. Who's going to give the go signal? I don't think any player is. And they're just going to hang their heads low, get a parting kill on to DJ, keep the economy honest. But 6th round secured for Atk.
Oh, and CJ actually goes down to the bomb too. Oh, he waited way too long. That's real bad. I mean, that was a situation where they were purposely saving those 2 guns, just getting exits, and then he gets taken out. Oh man, that radius. It's been out for a while. Oh dear, we're still not used to it. We're still not used to it, Paladin.
Yeah, I know. It's definitely something that can be a little bit. People tend to forget, and no harm, no foul. It does mean that it's going to be a lack of utility there for CJ, but he still got his A1S out, no problem. Oh, it's here again. No AWP out for 60. Same for Bowden Master on the side of ATK. So we stay 5 rifles across the board. And that default from ATK was very, very weird. But overall, it definitely did end up working. You can start to see that even in the young IGL's mind, it's starting to get a little bit like you can start to see this hesitancy kind of kicking in on this way back because it's a long way back. But getting your rounds underneath you, that's the start of something good for in terms of the comeback for sure.
Yeah, much needier from ATK. They actually lead bomb just on the backside here of all middle, so they got the bracket control. And like you said, big pit and mini pit, a dangerous combination here for CT side. Grouped up together, CJ might be able to find Swisher extending as well. Come on, I don't know yet, but Swisher waiting things out patiently a little bit more. ATK now, actually, with that bracket control, now they're going to just rendezvous back towards B. Oh, man, and here it is. This could be the hit. They have to commit to this, too.
And they have to. I
Oh,
mean, you've put all your chips in one basket at this point, and they know that the hit's coming. Or
Good
so
molly,
they
though.
think. I mean, that molly's super important, and they've got to go through that.
well, okay. I guess Swisher's just going to get the job done. He barely takes any damage, too, and gets that entry. And bwills is just waiting on the edge there, and Bowden finds his head. And this could be the save. I mean, Nouns, they got the 3 rifles. I mean, again, they don't have any sort of a rotate close on by. And yeah, that's it. ATK. All it comes down to is just finding those 2 kills right away. And I mean, that was Swisher just starting things off beautifully. Again, running through a ball top. I thought that might have, hesitated them, but nope. No fear at all.
And that's the kind of resiliency that ATK have started to show. Another default going their way. 7th round on the board. Things looking mighty, mighty fine for ATK. And 3 players saved up here for now. So definitely still some danger heading into the following. But slowly but surely ATK are chipping away.
And this is what ATK like to do. I feel like, whenever I've seen them throughout the entire season, they sometimes have these games where like they have a really, really slow start. And man, that motor just gets running, gets warm, and then everything just starts to come back into place. I mean, this could be it. I mean, it's so hard to say. It's a 12-7 scoreline, but again, we're starting to see some pretty convincing rounds coming through from ATK's side. And Noun's going to put just double MP9s here to work around those M4s. But what do we see different? I mean, normally, Nouns, they do like to be pretty aggressive on that CT side. Do we kind of expect in this situation?
Not really sure. I mean, they've basically got to figure out a way to get a little bit more in the faces of ATK, and it comes down to this aggressive banana control. Very similar to what ATK wanted to push for quite a number of rounds in their half. But this time they've got a 3-man setup. A bit of a difference here, but it could be something that ATK might overlook. A big risk, but could pay off.
Even nades getting thrown around here too from the ATK side, and Nouns putting a lot of pressure towards this banana. It's 3 players. They made a bit of a triangle, leaving just down to 2, and they're playing very passive. I mean, that's going to be Cynic and Carson being those anchors to see what they can do. And these players from CT side on the banana, oh man, that molly. Actually, it's a bit wide, but Swisher actually takes him up still. It does connect enough for CJ to peek it. 60 able to get a good reply back. They might not expect bwills to be there on logs, but that bomb here from Mistim, he's just going to transfer up in towards mid. Cynic just playing some dangerous waters behind the smoke, man. Look at how close they are. They're just going to walk right into him. Oh, he's going to make a play. Oh my gosh, he's touching. Oh, Cynic. Oh, no, Cynic! Not like this.
Oh, I mean, bwills does get a parting kill, 60 back and goal, but they've discounted Carson in the pit. Doesn't get more than 1, and bwills can't really continue what his starting opening kills could bring to the table. And just like that, Nouns' chances evaporate here. Real chance, real shot back into that round. And honestly, even if Cynic got 1, maybe things would have turned out all right, but that's just the way CS can play out sometimes. And ATK get their 8th. Marvelous stuff to just stay and just keep your heads in within this game. It takes some real guts to stay within just big deficits like that, especially on a T half no less. It's not going to be easy by any means.
No, it definitely won't be easy. But I mean, it definitely has been done before. And ATK now, like we said, they're starting to climb themselves back into this game slowly and surely. And this is going to be a save situation here with just having bwills with that 1 AK. So they're going to work around and nobody's spending any money except for bwills. A little bit of utility in his pocket. They're going to commit to a 5-player stack at this A site. So I mean, they're just going for the 50-50 chance here. This is a good call in my opinion, because again, they want to just wait and see if ATK get over aggressive towards A. If they do, then I mean, they might be able to find something with this trap.
Yeah, it's another big risk here by Nouns, and so far the risks on the CT side have not been paying off. But maybe that 1 kill kind of goes them into fighting. DJ is much smarter than that, though. He clears out apartments all on his own. Carson does get one back. He picks up the AK, but all the information's gained. They circumvent him. And Carson does get another, but that's all she wrote. 9th secured for ATK. And they continue this march forward. And starting to get a little uncomfortable. Finally, 60 gets his AWP out, but is that the difference maker that Nouns need to break the goose egg here? Or honestly, break the goose egg beyond just those pistol conversions.
Yeah, I think this is kind of the telling ground here, because if Nouns lose this, I mean, I would expect they're going to probably take some timeouts, kind of figure a few things out, kind of reconfigure the plan and kind of slow things down here for ATK. ATK, if they win this, they put themselves in the double digits and a pretty good advantage to bringing this thing right back to a tie game. Back here we go, just leaving the 1 anchor of 60. The off is going to be anchoring that B site. bwills leaves him with a bunch of utility, so he's going to join his comrades here at the A site. And ATK, they've been able to get a ton of map control. I mean, they already have top of banana already secured. I mean, they're already pushing through a little bit of the apartments as well. They haven't got that bracket, but I mean, this is where Nouns are putting a little bit more focus on.
Oh, and a swing into 60's AWP catches Bowden off guard, and that's that opening pick that you're looking for. It's just him on the bomb site, but a lot of information gained here for ATK. They flash their way in a boiler. They've gotten brackets control. They've gotten a kill through the smoke. DJ and Fadey chiming in both on their own. Now it's a rock back. Cynic stepping up big on the lane side. And it's really up to 60, but look at how advanced Swisher is here. He's got the CT smoke down. And now, I don't even think 60 can get involved. I think he's got to just give up the bomb plant here.
Yeah, he has to give up the site, but I mean, he kind of went for the risk. He thought that, you know, he should just watch the archway. Knew his teammates were going to come to the backside on towards banana. A couple pieces of utility here. Double smoke with a flash here for the CT side. 1 smoke going to be here in the Swisher. Missed him, going to be able to find that kill. Takes down Cynic. And now Carson goes for the swing. He's able to find it, so now Swisher by himself. He's going to have to do something big. He's playing behind New Boss. Waiting, and he gets the spotting in the foot of 1 player. Smoke going to be thrown. Now goes for another fight. He's able to find it. It's all down to the 1v1, and Swisher comes alive with a big clutch. And they have gained their 10th round.
Oh, that is just the star power of Swisher coming out in spades there for ATK. They needed an impact round, and they got it from the young gun. Way to segment out those 1v1s, throwing that smoke out beautifully to block off the new box angle. Smartly fights on the banana first, wins that out with a beautiful headshot, and shuts things down immediately after. 60 is just so uncomfortable, time so low. And double digits, Laz, this is where you start to say the comeback really is on, and it's coming in full effect. Half buy here for Nouns. We're looking at a potential 11th here, and while we have talked and sung the praises of Nouns T side, a big part of why they weren't able to close out some Inferno matches in some of their big games is because of the CT side, which is very abnormal to say the least, but they've got to get it done somehow here.
Yeah, I don't even know. Look at this now. The CTs, again, they just have to go for these risks, right? I mean, this is ATK. Wow, they're just putting all the eggs in this basket. I mean, they're just going to go for the full exact. When nades are flying. It's a rain of mollies, and now bwills with 1. But no more pistols. Very able to sink so far. CJ missing that CZ. He's not able to find any kills. Just like that, the carpet is just pulled underneath from Nouns, and this is Carson 1-on-4 to Deeg, and this is not the position you want to be in if you're Carson. I mean, he can frag out, but my God, this is asking a lot in this situation.
Yeah, at this point, just take a couple kills and it can be given to you, but it's not really going to happen. Swisher shuts it down. And I got real uncomfortable there because going through that smoke in a 5-7s, we've seen it at the highest level of game where that can just spell disaster for the team with economic advantage. But ATK navigate it. They find a way through those flashbangs. And we just stay one round away until ATK can tie things up. Another opportunity for the AWP of 60 to get involved. But so far, honestly, ATK have found a way to circumvent him and avoid fighting him on a regular basis. Beyond that one first fight on the bottom of Banana, there hasn't been much to speak of from him, and we know how much of an effect that he can have on this team.
And look at that. I mean, even just there, I mean, Nouns were trying to get a little bit creative and towards the apartments, and now ATK, they capitalize, they've taken them out, and that's a free A site. I mean, they don't know it for sure. I mean, they're still going to scope things out, but I mean, this could be just another save here from Nouns. I mean, look at what they have to preserve. I mean, they got the AWP, the M4, the bit of utility. There's no way. And now ATK, I mean, they have a potential. They just brought this thing right back to an even game. I think it's going to be solidified with that bomb plan. I mean, Nouns don't look like they're moving anywhere.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a save here. You immediately lose your mid fight. I mean, you tried to hedge your bets on an aggressive apps take, and as soon as one chip fell, the other one did in quick succession. Now, with all of this money being racked up, Swisher's going on a little bit of a scouting mission. And honestly, I wish more of the individuals of ATK decide to gun for it. But that isn't to be here. Oh, look at this. A little bit of parkour here from Swisher.
That's sick. I don't think 60 even saw it either. I think it just went out of his vision.
Oh, but the sound cue should be coming in now.
Yeah, there it is. Goodbye, Swisher.
And the 3 rifles are retained. But I wish there was a little bit more of a hunt there from ATK. That's where you really tried to get into the heads of your teammates, or sorry, your opponents, and start to lay down the hurt mentally and economically. But with those 3 guns retained, a couple players that have A1Ss equipped can drop the cheaper rifle of the 2, and they're still sitting pretty. But gotta say, Laz, ATK have found a way back in. You can definitely feel that the momentum swayed back into their favor.
Yeah, I mean, this was a big lead that we saw from Nouns before, and this pressure might be starting to get to them, and now they're starting to put a little more pressure towards that banana control, and it is CJ that does get towards logs, and Carson's able to find that first opening kill. Cynic goes for a weird peek, but he's able to make it work. All right, that's fine. And it's still 2 players here from Nouns are waiting on towards top of Banana. ATK with a bit of a fake out here from Swisher, doing a good bait here and just kind of keeping that attention of those players. Oh my God! Oh, Bowden, that's what we were waiting for.
That's a pre-fire and a half there from Bowden catching the jump spot, and now they can just bound their way through. CJ's got 1, but he's gotten to get more, and he does it. Swisher and Wisdom chiming in together, and now into this 2v2, you gotta favor the T's here. What a sticky situation, and what a shot from Bowden.
Yeah, it's just down to Swisher again. We've been here before. We're going to do it again. Never mind. Guess it ain't going to be the same tail of the tape. And now, Nouns finally picked themselves up the round after I even lost count. I mean, it's been a long time, but they're keeping that lead for the time being. Double op's going to be picked up now, so that's actually a bit of a change up in this composition. And that's something, again, we haven't seen in quite some time.
That's for sure. I mean, this was a 12-5 lead for Nouns. That is their first round in nearly 7 to 8 rounds, right? So just, it's been a while for Nouns to know what it feels like to win. And immediately they want to switch things up. Cynic on that secondary AWP. We've seen some effective stuff from him on that big green. And now I'm very curious to see where he wants to go with it. It looks like lane into a mid peak, but he gets immediately sniped out from Bowden. So that secondary AWP is immediately shut down. And now Nouns want to fight for something back. They're looking for banana control, but they're not getting anything back.
Well, I don't even know if they realized that Nouns actually did try to go for the double op. I mean, for all they know that it was only one, but 60 hasn't really made his presence known with the AWP yet. And they are just going to leave him anchoring this B site. Carson, wow, he's fully blind. He's still able to get that kill. DJ robbed away from his teammates doing some good utility work, and now Carson just playing right in front of the hay barrel, and he's trying to see what he can do. These ATK players are kind of just grouped up and stuck in the mud a little bit, but now it's just turning into a bit of a blender, and it's starting to just show Nouns all over the board, and CJ with a beautiful double, and they're keeping that lead with a 14-12.
That was just so awkward from ATK. You just see them absolutely stopped in their tracks. A couple players in apartments, couple players in hay bales as well. And they were just trying to get out, but the gunfire, the crossfires from Nouns just made them feel so uncomfortable that they just couldn't get through. And that you gotta think that the popping idea through the apartments was a good one, but you gotta find trades to back that kind of a play up, and ATK couldn't do it this time around. And look, man, it has gotten really close. ATK found a way to level things out, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how the W comes through. When the score reads 16 on your side, you win. So Nouns, no matter how tribulating this win can become, they're still finding a way back into this.
Yeah, they definitely are. And again, they have a full amount of composition here, and they got a full thing of utility as well. AKs with the op ready to go here for Bowden. So a big round. This could really shift things around very quickly. I mean, the money situation is just low here for the CT side. Full aggression coming in. Swisher already down to 20. That's utility alone, but missed him. Does better. Bowden able to find a second two. So now Nouns have lost 2 players so fast, making it 3. My God, the first kill is going to be Carson, but that's just too much of a lackluster performance, and now we have to see somebody pop off.
So many people fighting for something to pull things back on the defensive side, and nothing gives way. Everything is punished by ATK, and they honestly get gift wrapped the second, a 13th round there. Snapping that little string of rounds that Nouns are starting to build up. And definitely information given on over. Carson trying to save onto this AWP. Not a lot of money built up, mind you, here. So definitely reason to fight for and get rid of this AWP. But it looks like he should be getting away with it. Fadey is the last player that's really in proximity to him.
Yeah, Carson, if he's quiet, I mean, he should be able to sneak on by.
He's heard it.
Yeah, Fadey's making lots of noise. He actually might try to go for this fight. All right, there it is. Right in the back, and he's able to get this kill. Oh my gosh, Bowden. Oh my, he misses it. Okay, Carson, you're lucky. Oh, he just survives it, just barely. Oh, counting his lucky stars.
And now you've got a half buy to play with and an AWP as well. Maybe you drop that over to 60. Or you keep it yourself. I'm not necessarily sure what he wants to do with it this time around.
Well, we normally, like, you know, in this team, I mean, Cynic can do some pretty dirty things with that op too, but it actually does look like you said Carson is going to keep that in his hands for now.
Very interesting. Maybe a spawn-based thing. Yeah, he's boosting himself up in an apartment, and okay, he's going to go down for that bottom, or actually, no, not even that, the bottom half space. He's going to go for the balk peak here. Ooh,
oh, he's got noise. Oh, and he actually gets that kill too. He's able to escape. Oh man, and there's 60 picking up and now a pistol kill, so he's got himself a free AK. What is going on? Why is Cynic just jumping across like a deer?
And they get away with it. After all is said and done, I mean, just a tag, they'll be still happy with that. And they've got enough smokes to dissuade ATK. This is the layup round. This is the round that you want to equalize things and really lay down the hurt onto Nouns. But that isn't to be here. A 3v5 to dig yourselves out of. Swisher, Bowden, and Fadey. I mean, if you wanted 3 individuals up, these would be the ones.
What?
But Carson, I mean, that looked like it was through the smoke, but maybe he had a little bit of an edge there. They've got to go B now.
Yeah, this is 3 players stacked into the site too, so I mean, Swisher, this is a big fight he's going to have to do. Oh man, they're just going on top of oranges, but CJ takes him out. Now Bowden by himself. A Glock. And what? Oh my God, he gets a fadeaway shot too. So now, man, if he can find this kill in the 60, this just opens up the A site entirely. He's got the 30 seconds. 60 now going to pull on back, realizing, oh, hang on a second. This is a gross situation. He's got himself a nice little bit of an off angle.
Yeah, this is the round-winning play here from 60. Not trying to overforce your hand. There is no way Bowden's going to be clearing that. We had some crazy couple of Glock headshots from Bowden, but that's about it. And that could just be the dagger and the nail in the coffin here for Inferno. And it was labor of last, but Nouns are the first to secure map point here. And you got to take a look at ATK's buy. Just 2 deagles. And yeah, sure, you got 3 rifles, but it's tough to defend your honor with this kind of a buy here.
Yeah, they're going to put a lot of reliance on the opportunity. 60 now getting another kill. The ops, the double sticks are able to just get everything in. Oh boy, and Bowden down to 1 HP, and never mind. Goodbye, Bowden. And it's an AK remaining with the Deeg, and look at that. 3 kills within what, like 15 seconds?
And just like that, the dreams have been dashed on this ATK comeback. So close. I mean, they really put in their hard yards here. But at the end of the day, Nouns find a way to stabilize. They find some impact out of CJ, 60, Carson as well. And the individuals at the end of the day are just a little bit brighter. And the cohesion, the risks that Nouns took finally paid off.
Well, it's a good flash. It's a really good flash, but I mean, again, even Fadey, he gets taken down to 13. I think he got caught in the leg there a bit, too. I mean, he's still got a 2-on-4 situation. Smoke gonna go in front. Marimoto. So now Cynic is able to spot this player. Stop the smoke, ready to go. Carson, though, gets the job done. That's going to be the map here for Nouns. We're going to take a break. We'll see you on map number 2.